Hello again, folks. Today I'm going to tie a wee Quilled Buzzer. But before I get started on that, I just want to wish Andy Humphreys a speedy recovery. He had a bit of an accident the other day and has pulled a muscle in his back and has been told to take it easy for a week. And as I say, I just want to wish him a speedy recovery. So I'll get kicked on here. The hook and the vise is a size 14 barbless buzzer hook. The thread I'm going to use is Semperfly 80 in tan. So just come on and a few turns on behind the eye of the hook just to get us started. Come on and take away that excess. Run our thread on down. And stop where we want our buzzer to start. Now I've come down to just before where the bend would kick off again to come into the hook. I'm trying to give this a half decent length of a buzzer. So what I have here is a quill that I stripped this morning. Now this was just stripped off a peacock eye. There's loads of videos out there of methods to strip the hairs on a peacock eye. I stripped this in bleaching and neutralised it in baking soda. And as I say, there's loads of videos on YouTube of how to strip quills. So if you want to check them out, Davey McPhail does a good video on stripping quills. But getting back into this fly, now there's an up and a down on the quill. You have a dark side at the bottom and your light side at the top. Now when you're tying this on, you want to tie it on with the dark side facing down, because what happens is whenever we go to turn the quill over, because of the first turn, that quill flips so that the downside, the part that you have down, is actually turned and is at the top. So we want the dark side of this quill coming round our buzzer when we wind it. So when we're tying it on, flip the quill over and tie in the light side. So I'll just get that tied on. So you only want to tie in the top of the quill and come round, then we touch and turns to tie on that quill, and take your time running up a thread. Now this Semperfly thread, if you spin it anti-clockwise, will flatten out and it'll give us a nice fine body for that quill to come up. We don't want this too heavy or too chunky. So just keep bringing our thread up, taking the time to flatten the thread out. Come up and stop where we would normally have our thorax. Now I'm actually going to use this. Was somebody messaged me and says, why don't you use a whip finish tool? And I've always whip finished by hand, but I'm actually going to try, and I'll try and use a whip finish tool whenever I need the whip finish. So I'll just come in and give a 3-turn whip finish. Come on and tighten that. Come on with my scissors and knock that away. Now the next thread I have here, this is Gordon Griffiths shear 80 in brown. So I'll just come in and behind the eye of the hook, get this started, run on a few turns, come on and knock that excess away, and run that thread on down to where we want our thorax to start. So just come on and because we're winding up the quill, just come in and throw a half hitch in here so that our thread doesn't skip and move whenever we're bringing the quill back up. And all the half hitches is just a wee granny knot and pulled tight, so when we're bringing the quill up and we knock a thread, it's not bouncing towards the front of the, over the top of the eye. Now, to bring that quill up, what I do is, this is only fly tie and varnish. So I get my quill and I just give a run of varnish up each side of the quill, and then run that through my finger and thumb just to work that varnish on the quill. And what that does is it makes the quill less brittle, so when we're winding it up there's less chance of the quill nipping. So getting back to our quill, whenever you turn the first turn, as this is before, when we turn over, that quill will flip over the body and our dark side will be towards the top. Now I'm going to grab this with a pair of hackle pliers. The reason being is, if I wind the way I normally do, you'll not see nothing because my finger will be on the opposite side. So as I say, I'll grab this with a pair of hackle pliers and bring that quill up. Now don't be putting it on and close touch and turn. See, because of the tan thread is near enough the same colour as the quill, the lighter part of the quill. So it allows us just a wee fraction. You don't have to leave a big massive gap, but you can leave a wee fraction in the quill, which just adds to the body of the fly as well. You can, if you want, to close it tight. It's your buzzer, your quill, but I prefer leaving the slightest wee gap. For me, it adds a wee bit extra. So just take your time and run that quill up. And because we've put a bit of tie and varnish on it, it's less brittle and you have more time to work with a quill and get it to sit the way that we want it to sit. So that's us up now to where our thorax is going to be. So just bring your thread over, a couple of turns, and tie that down tight. Come on there, scissors, and knock away that excess. Now we're going to add a coloured thorax. Now what I have here is, this is just I'll show you, it's chartreuse tie-in thread on a 6/0 from Semperfly, and all I'm going to do is take off a length of that now. It's about, I'd say about 6 inches long. So just come on, and where our thorax is starting, just come on and give a few turns over that to hold that down. Now all we want out of this is 4 or 5 turns. We just want a coloured colour where we want that thorax to start. We don't want this to be a big massive bright yellow. As I say, we only want a wee coloured colour would be suffice. So that's our 4 turns, and that's plenty. That just gives that thorax a wee brighten. So pull that tight, come over with our thread, 2 or 3 turns to tighten that on. Come on then and knock away that excess. Now the last part in the fly, this is just pear tinsel. So take off a length of pear tinsel about 3 or 4 inches long. Split that in half because we need one for one side and one for the other. So we have 2 pieces here. So we have one for my side. So just lay that down against the side of the shank, side of the thorax. Run on a few turns just to hold that in place. Sitting on the thorax where we want it to be. So lay that down. Give her a couple of turns over. Pull them towards the rear. Just come on the end and build up that thorax a wee bit. Now don't build this up too heavy. Pull our 2 bits of hair tinsel towards the front. If I can grab a hold of them. Now you want to bring these to the front and under the eye, and then just come round with our thread. Take your time tying these on. A couple of turns. Just take a wee look, see how they're sitting, and if you need, just give them a wee stretch just to tighten them in. Pull them back on top of themselves. Come on down on a few turns over the top of that just to hold them down. Come on down with our scissors. And as tight as you can get without cutting the thread, cut away that tinsel. And that just gives us 2 wee pair of cheeks just to set that off. So come on then and 3 or 4 turns at the head. Now, as I says, I'll use the whip finish. I'll use the whip finish though. So just come on then and give her 3 or 4 turn whip finish, and we stray here. Come on and knock away your excess. Now, quilled buzzers like this here, I don't put UV resin on them. I just use tires varnish, head cement. So this is head cement on a brush. So I'll just clear off the excess off the brush. Come on then and run your varnish from the rear up over the top of the thorax and stop before you reach the eye of the hook. And that just leaves us that the bottom of the fly smooth. Now if there's any kind of bumps, it'll be on the thorax, and we can come in then at the very end and just run around that thorax and give it a decent coat of our varnish. And just take your time when you're coating this. And as I say, you don't want this coat it too heavy. Try and keep it as thin as we possibly can. So that's one coat on our buzzer anyway. Before I finish that, I'll come in with the varnish again and just give that another coat or maybe two, because the varnish, because of the density of the varnish. Now I have another one as well, one that I got from Northern Game, which is it's not really as thick as that other stuff, so depending how heavy the buzzer would be, if it's right and heavy after the first coat, I would just come in and give one of these. If it's not, I would come in and give two of these. But that's a pretty simple wee quilled buzzer. And as I say, this morning I took in 3 peacock eyes and I stripped the quills, and it's really easy done. And as I says, there's loads of videos on YouTube about stripping quills. So when you strip them, this is the length of the quill that you'll get, but you don't use the finer end, you only use this thicker end here. That's all you need. Now you seen whenever I wrap that up, I have left a small gap in between each run. Now you can, if you want, close them up, but for me, leaving that wee gap because of the tan thread just gives that light colour a wee bit extra whenever you're bringing that up. And personal choice, I feel that the tan thread, the light, and then the brown just gives that an extra wee bit. But there you go, folks. That's a quilled buzzer, and then I just lift this out. I'll put it on a wee hook. So we'll just hit this with a UV torch, just to show that now that green you wouldn't really see. It's very, very, very mild, the chartreuse on it. But if you hit that with a UV torch, you can see. I'll actually turn my lamp off, so you can see how bright that thorax is. And as I say, 3 or 4 wee turns just to put a bit of colour under the buzzer. So there you go, folks. I hope that was helpful. Now the quilled buzzers are a very, very good wee buzzer, and one that you should have at least a couple in your box. Well worth a throw. So there you go, folks. Thanks for watching, and hopefully that was helpful to somebody. Until the next time, tight lines.